is Yellow Jackets football, driven by Hyundai on the Georgia Tech Sports Network.
Well, if your hearts aren't in your throats, you're not a Yellow Jacket fan. 2 even to go. 28-23. Georgia Tech on top of number 4 Miami. All-time this series dead level. 14 apiece. Georgia Tech, of course, won on that last-second touchdown from Haynes King to Christian Leary last season in Coral Gables. And following an unsuccessful 3rd down and 1, a zone read run from Haynes King, who's been so good today at manipulating that mess. Georgia Tech will bring the punting unit on. Miami has all 3 timeouts remaining. They were down 28-16 before Cam Ward directed a touchdown drive. And might there be more magic in a Heisman contender in the preseason ACC Player of the Year, Cam Ward?
Andy, you said you had a feeling it was going to come down to the very end, and you appear to be right on that. Georgia Tech, King has made so many great reads all day. On that last drive, Miami has started to sort of, mess with those reads, bring extra guys off the edge, try to give you a false read on if you should pull it, if you shouldn't. And after doing it a different way throughout the game, who can blame Haynes King for trying to put it on himself at the end there? If there were no timeouts for Miami, I think maybe you just line up and let's see if we can throw it for the game right here. But even if you got this first down, they have 3 timeouts. So the defense has been playing great. They have to score a touchdown to beat Georgia Tech. So we're going to put it on the defense one more time, and hopefully they can play big like they have all day.
And according to Chris Mooneyham on the sidelines, Kyle Eford is back. He is available. Shanahan to punt from his own 25. Joseph waiting at his own 15, and now whistles blow again.
Miami takes its first time out of the half. 30-second timeout.
A little interesting, given the situation, don't you think?
It is, but I think that Miami is concerned about the possibility of a fake here, honestly. Georgia Tech staying in the huddle, going to break out. Even their alignment there was almost like a 4-3 defense. If Georgia Tech were to fake this and get it, that's not ball game, but it's getting close. And I think they're willing to risk this timeout for the chance they were concerned about. There's something they didn't like that they saw.
Well, that would be the guts of a burglar. They try to go for it on 4th and 3 on a fake punt inside their own territory. But again, do you gamble on that? See if you can pick up 3 yards on a fake punt versus the ability of Cam Ward to drive Miami downfield in a situation where they need a touchdown.
Whatever works, that's what I say.
Shanahan is flexing out the legs at his own 25. He's got 2 protectors in front. Snap back, and he booms this away, knuckling towards the left side, bounces out at the 20 and out of bounds and around the 18-yard line. I know Shanahan would have liked to pin Miami a little deeper, but Miami with 2 timeouts and 1:52 to go will start at its own 18. After all this, Cam Ward is right at his average on the season, 348 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. He started 9 of 19. To his credit, he's been 16 of 19 since. And with 2 timeouts and 1:52, the playbook is wide open. Can't forget Damian Martinez, 2-time first-team All-Pac-12 running back, will be the featured back beside Ward. 3 receivers and a bunch set right. The snap to Ward. Pressure is picked up, loaded down the left sideline, and the back shoulder broken up. Great coverage by Zachary Toby as they try to find a streaking Isaiah Horton.
Toby does a good job here of doing 2 things. Well, 3. 1, he's in good position and close to the receiver. 2, he gets his eyes back to the ball. And 3, when the guy tries to play through him, he sort of pulls his body away to make a play on the ball to avoid a possible pass interference call.
These are big snaps for a guy who's not seen much of the field this year, and the sophomore Zachary Toby. Slot right, a receiver and Horton up top on the left. Split batch this time for Ward on 2nd and 10 from the 19. Georgia Tech overloads the right side. Ward communicating with his backs. Play clock is down to 2 to 1. Here's the snap. Tech only rushes 3. Dancing around in the pocket, escaping out to his right, still backpedaling, giving ground. He is sacked. Yes. Ball is out. Rolling free. Jackets have it. Jackets have it. The sack, the fumble, and the recovery by Vandenberg. And Bobby Dodd Stadium has erupted. J.J. Vandenberg
finish with 3 guys.
Yeah.
He has to move. Romello Height just keeps fighting after a phenomenal game last week. A phenomenal game last week against Virginia Tech to come up with is most likely the game-securing sack fumble. Talk about a time to get your first turnover of the game. We didn't set. Georgia Tech is in this game with 0 turnovers. They get a turnover on the last possession. Just great grit by this defensive line, coming up huge with the game on the line.
Again, Miami has 2 timeouts remaining, 1:36 to go. Tech will work out of the shotgun. King with Cooley. Double tight end left. They run it to Cooley, bouncing out right, and he charges to the 15. There's the second timeout called by Mario Cristobal with 1:32 to go. Just the relentlessness of the Georgia Tech pass rush, particularly in this second half, Andrew. And they've been maligned all season. We can admit it. Their numbers don't look great. They came in 127th in the nation in sacks per game. But we started to see a bit of a turnaround in Blacksburg, and it's carried over into the second half. That fourth down sack by Thomas Gore as Miami was driving inside Tech territory. And then Miami back against the wall on a 2nd and 10. The strip sack by Height and the recovery by Vandenberg.
Well, I would say the defensive line had its best game of the year 2 weeks ago versus Virginia Tech. They have probably outstripped that performance this week.
I like what you do.
Yeah, very nice, huh? Keeping Cam Ward in the pocket all day and then making him step up, coming loose. I mean, what a huge play by Romello Height and Vandenberg. Just well done.
Ball out perfectly. Romello Height did.
It was great. It was a great play.
2nd down and 8. Singleton and Rutherford split wide right. Again, 12 personnel for King. As Godey crabs and settles. They keep it on the ground, and King cradles and up the middle for about a half yard to the 14. 1:28 to go. And Miami uses his last timeout.
Miami takes its final timeout of the half.
So now you can start to do the math. They got 1:28 to go.
Thank you.
Georgia Tech's next snap will come and wind the clock on the snap. So Tech can't quite bring it all the way down.
Andy, you talk about that the timeout on the 4th down for the punt,
yeah,
and how big that is right now, because, you know, as much as all of us would like to see him roll out and throw this ball for the first down, I got a sneaking suspicion we're going to see one more run followed by a field goal to put them up by 8. Give it to 8 with, that'll be 40, it'll be 40 some odd seconds left when that happens. So, you know, maybe Georgia Tech play action bootleg kind of situation, but I still think there's a really good chance this is just, you're asking the field goal kicker where he wants it, you know, and you're not setting it up, but you're running a run that will finish in the middle of the field for the easiest kick possible in this situation. And if you're up by 8 with, you know, less than 40 seconds, less than 45, you put yourself in a very strong position to win this game.
I'll see what the Jackets dial up. The ball is inside the left hash, nose just outside the 15. Pistol look initially with Cooley parked behind King. Now they empty out the backfield. Double tight end right for King.
Oh, he's going to throw this.
They have a man wide open down on the far side, finally sighted by Miami. It's a pop pass. Singleton sprinting right. He's at the 10. Singleton falls down inside the field of play at the 4. A first down, and Tech can run out the clock. What a heads-up play by Singleton.
What an awesome play call. What a play by Singleton. The unselfish play to secure the win. This is awesome. I said everybody wanted to see him throw the ball for the first down, so sure, we'll throw it in the most run-like throw possible.
Clock ticks, 1:15 to go. Just one more kneel down or thereabouts for the Yellow Jackets, and they will upset a top 5 team for the first time since 2009 in the victory formation as they surround the redshirt junior Haynes King. What a gutty performance. Play clock at 3. At 2, he takes the knee with 57 seconds to go. One more knee, but the crowd can sense it. I know we're playing the Hurricanes, but judging by the student section, there might be a storm brewing on this field in a few minutes. 2nd down and goal. Holding this prolific Miami offense, which led the nation 47.4 points per game to just 23.
Andy, this place is rocking and rolling, ready to explode when they take a knee right here. Can't say enough about this team and this defense.
Haynes King crouches under center and authoritatively stamps that right knee into the turf. Down, depleted, doesn't matter. Don't ever tell Tech you can't. Our final score, Georgia Tech 28, number 4 Miami 23. And on this homecoming Saturday, let the celebration begin here at Bobby Dodd Stadium.
You're at Georgia Tech. You can do that.
And it took 60 minutes of guts in all 3 phases for Georgia Tech out of the bye, loses it 2 straight to knock off number 4 Miami. The first loss of the season for the ACC leading Hurricanes. Georgia Tech has its 6th win of the year. They are bowl eligible, and it is a swarm on that field of white and gold. What an effort.
And this is a thing of beauty, both this game and what I'm seeing right here. All these fans juiced up, excited. What a phenomenal atmosphere for college football. What a great, gutsy game by Haynes King, who you know is still hurting, by the young Aaron Philo coming and making big throws, by Cooley, by the running backs, the young players, the young secondary. We've talked about somebody has to step up. This was a great team win from the coaches to the players. Very impressed by this Georgia Tech team. They have earned this celebration.
You know, Big Boy was the featured act at Hell of a Block Party. This was a Big Boy performance.
They put on their Big Boy pants and closed this one out at the end.
Haynes King was nowhere near 100%. That much was evident. But he still completes all 6 of his passes for 32 yards and a touchdown. He leads the Yellow Jackets in rushing. 20 carries, 93 yards. Aaron Philo. What can you say about the freshman? Not only that touchdown pass in the 3rd quarter to Chase Lane, but a big 3rd down and 17 completion to Bailey Stockton to extend the drive, which ended in another Georgia Tech touchdown. The true freshman showed he's ready for prime time as well.
Oh yes, stealing nerves from the young fella. It's safe to say that Georgia Tech's quarterback room is in a strong position. I mean, it took both of them. It took the game plan from both guys. 2 different things asked of the 2 different quarterbacks. Huge throws from the young player. Huge runs from Haynes King. Great throws around the line of scrimmage. Offensive line. Just a fantastic game. Fantastic game plan. Just congratulations to Coach Key. Congratulations to these players. Hey, let's enjoy it, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech Nation, let's enjoy the day.
I think the celebration will last on through the weekend here. And what a scene it is here at Bobby Dodd Stadium at Hyundai Field. A court, field, rushing, field, storming, homecoming Saturday. And another electric atmosphere in Midtown Atlanta as Georgia Tech knocks off number 4 Miami, 28-23. Partner, let's catch our breath. We'll set the table for the Ramblin' Wreck postgame show in just a moment on the Georgia Tech Sports Network.